Hello and welcome to the short video about Jaguar XK8 model year 2001. This is video 34a in my series of XK8 videos. In this video I'm going to try and show you all the specification changes that came about in the 2001 model year cars. So hopefully you guys have been watching all my videos where I've been tracing all the model year changes from the introductory model 1997 all the way to the final models, model year 2005/6, before the car was eventually superseded by the X150. This video is focusing on model year 2001. This is a particularly big change in that it's the midlife facelift for the X100. So there's lots of revision changes for the bumpers and also some uplifts for crash safety. We'll go through it all in detail. Before I get started on that, one thing of note, at the same time or very similar to model year 2001 cars was the change of the Nikasil coating being deleted and steel liners being put in the engines. So from engine number 008180043, or actually 18th of August 2000, all the engines were steel lined. However, the model year 2001 car starts in July of that year, so there's a month worth of production at least that still had the Nikasil engine. So you need to check your engine number if you've got a model year 2001 car. Okay, moving on to the facelift then. On the front bumper, noticeably you get the flush fitting fog lamps. The wheels, the 18-inch flutes were replaced by the 18-inch impeller wheels to make the car look a bit more modern. Inside the car, the interior was upgraded as well. The seats gained headrests, which were electric, very fancy. And more importantly, the seat side bolster also housed an airbag to improve the safety. Still Jaguar's sort of standard for the Classic having the horizontal stitching and the Sport having the vertical stitching and the Sport having the horizontal stitching still stayed, albeit both seats had airbags fitted. In addition to that, there was lots and lots of changes in occupant safety improvements. The body was improved, the steering, the restraints, the airbags, all uplifted. And they called it ARTS, Adaptive Restraint Technology System. So this, in theory, there's lots of sensors in the car that scan your position, you and the passenger, and they can it tells the restraint system how to cope with you in the event of a collision. Moving on to the rear end refresh. First of all, the bright luggage lid with a latch button. So here, this silver piece above the number plate was added with an embossed Jaguar. There's also a button under there, electric button, so you can open up the boot instead of just with the key. You've got the dual appearance rear lamps, so the 3 circles to try and modernize the rear end as well. That was very trendy in the early 2000s. There was a slightly deeper back bumper to try and cover the spare wheel well, and that meant the towing hitch had a little flap to enable you to get at it, a removable flap. There was a larger exhaust trim for the XKR, and it's simply bolted onto the old style exhaust. So you can see on the left, that's the old XK8 exhaust, and on the right is the XKR, and it's a lot nicer, it's better. And it looks like the exhaust should have been from the start, to be honest, for this high performance sports car. As well as that, you can tell the improved exhaust specification at this point, because the hangers go in a different direction. They go along the length of the vehicle instead of left to right. So there you go. This is a picture of an XKR with its rear bumper and exhaust trims, and you can see it really looks the part now, especially with the bright finisher on the luggage lid. Moving on, still with safety, there was lots of structural improvements in previous model years, but this particular model year concentrated on front end impact, and there was lots of changes to the front of the car. There was compression beams and brackets altered to try and improve crash resistance. A little aside, the fuel filler cap became tethered Obviously, a lot of people must have been losing them at the filling stations. And the key fob, it changed design slightly. The function is identical, but actually the way it works is completely different. So apparently it's an uplift in the security protocols. It's continually changing its codes or whatever. So it's more difficult to copy and scan. You can see that with a different fob there. Okay, so specification Roundup. Big improvement in occupant safety. Some structural crash changes, especially at the front end. The whole thing was encompassing what they called Advanced Restraint System, ARTS. There's a front bumper mod, the rear bumper, new rear lights, the luggage lid, seats, headrest, the airbags. There was actually ISO point standard in the rear seats, front twin airbags with twin stages, and there's actually a light now. At this point, there's a light on the passenger airbag to show you its condition either on or off. There's an advanced steering column again for frontal impact. The oil cooler was rerouted. The emissions label was changed. There was misfire sense, better misfire sensing through the range. The exhaust hanger changed. There's a larger XKR exhaust trim came online. New fuel filter sensor. Fuel flap was tethered. Mood lighting in the interior. The new style key fob and reversing sensors. You could be specified on your factory built car. Previously to that, they were just a dealer fitment. Okay, so that summarizes model year 2001. I think that's quite a key point in the development of the car. At this point, the car has got 99% of all the features it's going to get before it actually gets superseded. One point of note, there was a special edition at this point. There's a Silverstone Phase 2. So, as you're aware, there was a Silverstone Phase 1. That's actually the non-flush fitting fog light version. And now there's also a Silverstone P2, which is the flush fitted fog light version. So if you're interested in a really good spec car, Silverstone Phase 2, they just tick every box, to be honest. Okay. Hopefully you find that useful and interesting. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more XK8 videos.